Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. And about a week ago, I did a puzzle by Kitty Trouble, and that was their first appearance on the channel. Today's their second. We're looking at a puzzle called City of Skyscrapers with a lot of blank cages in the puzzle and some skyscraper clues outside. I will go through the rules in a minute. Yeah, I'm never normally brilliant at skyscrapers, so we may see that in evidence again today, depending on what this rule set says. Now, don't forget that on Patreon, as well as all the fun of the fair, are rather wonderful carnival-themed Sudoku hunt that is January's monthly reward. You can enter by the 20th to be in the chance of a competition, and to be in with a chance in the competition. I'm getting all my prepositions wrong. And you can have a go after that. There's no problem at all. But that is all the fun of the fair. Tin Can Alley definitely now being voted the hardest puzzle continuously. And also on Patreon, Simon solving the Cogito's roller coaster Nurikabi. Give it a try if you dare, but give the video a watch if you have 2.5 hours to spare. It's brilliant. So always some good content on Patreon, and certainly no exception at the moment. What else we got going on? We've got, you can check out Sven's SUDOKU PAD and our merch, of course, on the links under the video, along with all of our apps. Now, I don't think there are any skyscraper puzzles in our apps. Maybe in the 500k one, not sure. But there are lots of killers, and indeed, there is a killer Sudoku app, which is brilliant, and I recommend it highly. However, that doesn't necessarily apply to this puzzle, so just check out the links under our videos. But the first one is to City of Skyscrapers by Kitty Trouble. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so at least we know we're putting 1 to 9 in every row, that's not a column, every column, and every 3x3 box. Like so. Digits in killer cages cannot repeat. Okay, that matters for that one only. Having said normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits outside cages do not have... Oh, hang on. Each killer cage represents a skyscraper with a height equal to its sum. So we don't just have 1 to 9 in this puzzle. We have the sum of each of these killer cages. Okay, so these are odd-shaped buildings in our City of Skyscrapers. Digits outside cages do not have any skyscrapers. Okay. Clues outside the grid indicate how many skyscrapers the clue can see from that direction. So, if there are 5 killer cages in a row or column, let me select one, this row or column. There are 5 killer cages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, there are 6. I want to find one with a 3 clue that's got 5, and I can't. Yes, I can. The very top row, of course. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the top row. If their sums were 4, 10, 10, 13 and 5, leading away from a skyscraper clue, the skyscraper's clue value would be 3. It would see the buildings at the building that was 4 high, then it would see the first building that was 10 high. It wouldn't see the 10 hidden behind that, which is the same height. It would see the 13, because that's taller, and it certainly wouldn't see the 5. So it would see 3 buildings, and that's why the clue there would be 3. Okay. It seems remarkable to me that with so few clues and no heights given that we can solve this puzzle, but we are about to embark on a journey in this city and find out how. Give it a try on the link under the video. I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. Where do we start in this puzzle? Okay, in the 1 column, looking up here, this building, well, I was going to say it must be higher than all of these. It must be at least as high as all of these other ones. And that's quite interesting because it's a 3-cell building with 2 cell buildings. Oh no, they would be naturally smaller. That's not so interesting. What we want to find is you'd love to find a 1 cell building that had to be higher than a 3 cell building, because then you'd know something about the numbers. 4 in the top. What you sometimes have to do in a skyscraper puzzle is find a kind of chain of skyscrapers that moves from a row into a column. Is that possibly useful here? Yeah, look, this 2. Yeah, and this 3. Okay, I think there is something going on. So that building is smaller than this building, according to this 2 clue in column 9. Oh, I was very bad at doing columns. And then this 3 building is smaller than that. Sorry, this first 3 cell building is smaller than that 3 cell building, which is smaller than that, to make this 3 clue work. And maybe that runs out there. Maybe it doesn't start here. This 3 clue only sees 3 buildings. We've got... I don't know. And we've got this 3 clue. Oh, that's seeing the same building. Right. I'm trying to get back to the beginning. I think there is a chain around the grid, and I'm going to try and... I don't know, can I do it in colours? There isn't a sequence of growing colours particularly. Let's just do it in numbers. Let's say that this is building 1. Looking at building 2, which must be higher than building 1 because of this 3 clue. Then I'm going to change horses in midstream and go into this 3 clue, which says that building 3 must be higher than building 2 and building 4 must be higher than building 3. Then I switch to the vertical, and now building 5 must be higher than building 4 to make column 9 right. And then I can switch to this horizontal 3, and that is higher again, and that is higher again. Now, given the numbers that can go into these cages, I'm going to need a lot more than this. However, okay, this is interesting. Now I can see that for this 3 clue looking upwards, that building is smaller than the 7 building. Oh, and there's just 2. This is probably going to go all around the grid in some way that I haven't worked out yet. One of these must be... Right, this is not the minimum size of a 3 cell building. This might only be adding up to 6. This must add up to at least 7. This must add up to at least 8. Now there's a 3 up this column, and I'm thinking that means that one of these cages... Yeah, interesting. We might get the first cage here and the second one here, but we have to see a higher cage than what might be an 8 there. If I could just prove that they're 1 bigger. Oh, hang on, this adds up to at least 3. Right, let's replace my 1s with the minimum value. So that's a 3. That's replacing my numbers with the minimum value of the cage as we use this chain that I'm forming. So that must be at least 6, yes. This must be at least 7, that's much better. This must be at least 8, and this must be at least 9. Now what are the three cages in this column that we're going to see for this 3 clue? Well, we might see a 9 here. That doesn't really matter. We don't know which of these cages... It does matter. We won't see a 9 there. This could be the second cage that we see. There is no way we're ever going to see this cage because its maximum value is 9. And we're never going to see this because even though 3 is only its minimum value, whatever its value is, it's in a chain with this and must be below it. So we're never going to see that. We must see this, which is now at least 10. And now that's in a 3 clue across. Isn't this clever? So this is at least 11. This one is now at least 12. And now that can look down the grid on this 3 clue. You didn't realize when you saw these clues around the grid that they would form go round the grid, a spiral set of clues. But this is going to go down the grid. It's not going to see this cage, which we know must be smaller than this one because of the chain. So it is going to see this one, which is 13 at least. Oh, this one is 14. And now we're getting quite big for a 2-cell cage. That 2 clue, 14 there, is in the same sequence with 8 and 9 here. So we're not going to see them. We're going to have to see this one, which is at least 15. And the 1 clue here says this is bigger than that one. So this is at least 16. And then we've got, oh, this 3 clue. It's not going to see those cages. I mean, it could see a 17 here, but then one of these would have to be an 18, or a 17 there would... How can you have an 18 in 2 cells? I've done something wrong. Oh, you know, that was 6. Yeah, I should have... Well, I'm just tidying up the nomenclature at the moment. In the single cell cages, I'm only having their totals written once because then I move to double digits. Now, I think this was right. So this clue, this 3 clue, we get 3 at least, then 4 at least. This 3 clue, we get 5 at least, 6 at least. This 2 clue going down, that's 7 at least. The 3 across, we get 8 at least, 9 at least. Ah. I've had an idea. Let's keep going with this. That's 9 at least. Now this could be less for the 3 clue in column 1, but that is going to have to be more because that can't be more. So that, yeah, more. It's the difference between more and equal that I think I may have missed, and I think I may have missed it later. 3 clue going across 10, 11, 12 at least. 3 clue going down 12, 13, 14, we can't be touching that, it's definitely smaller. 2 clue going across to 15, here's where I make the mistake, because this 1 clue, it doesn't say this has to be at least 16, it says it has to be at least 15, it has to at least be the same height, because we've changed, we've not been looking at an increasing number, I've switched to a non-increasing number rather than, or a non-decreasing number rather than a definitely increasing number. So this can be 15, and then one of these two can be 16, and a final one can be 17. Wow. Now, how do I know which of these is 16 and which is 17? Maybe it doesn't matter yet. This is very clever, by the way. In this row, we're clearly going to see that one, that one, that one, and the 15, because we're never going to see the 7 in the sequence behind it. But we've got definite cage totals. All the ones I've put in as minimum, they've now become absolutely fixed, actually. So let's start doing Sudoku. 2, 1 there to make 3. 3 and 1 here to make 4. This is now a 5. With 2 or 4 there, 1 or 3 there. This is a 6. Okay, I don't know what they are, but I know that 7 is 1, 2, 4. Now I know the 6 can't be 2, 4, or we'd have too many 2s and 4s in the final column. So the 6 is a 1, 5 cage, and that becomes a 3, and the 5 cage is done. Let's just highlight the cages we're using in this path, because now that the corner marks are falling out of them when we put the right digits in, I just want to make sure we're getting this right. Now, The 8 cage has to have a 1 in it, which I can't really mark anymore. It gets harder now. That's not unfair. Oh, 1 5, right, I can. The 1 5 pair takes 1 out of those cells, puts 1 in here. Now, the 8 cage needs a 1 there. And then these two add up to 8, add up to 7. Let's colour that. Ah, now the 9 cage can't have a 1 in it by Sudoku. I mean, we've only got 2 digits in the bottom 3 rows, but they matter. This is now a 2, 3, 4 cage. So that adds up to 10. Now, the 10 cage can't have a 2 in it because the 2's in columns 1 and 2 are used up. What can we do next? We've got a 10 cage, an 11 cage. An 11 cage which doesn't have a 1 in it, so it must have a 2. It's either 2, 3, 6 or 2, 4, 5. Then we're going to go to a 12 cage and a 13 cage. The 13 cage is interesting. What are these 2 digits? They are at least 4 and 6. They see 1, 2 and 3. They see a 5 in that. So they're either 4, 6 or 4, 7. And I know that because this can't be a 1. And we're making 13, so that is 2 or 3. And these definitely have a 4. Does that inform the 12 cage? I can't see how it does. Maybe I should just take out the corner marks now. I don't want to. I'm scared to forget what the cage totals add up to. Oh, we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quint going there. So everything else is 6, 7, 8 or 9 in the row. This adds up to 15 and that to 8. That's 23. These other cells add up to 22 between them and include a 9. Don't know what to do with that. I love this chain of things around the perimeter. Around the grid. It is very clever. I want to do this puzzle justice now. I really like it. I'm struggling to think how to do this. Right. Interesting. There must be an even digit in this 8 cage, and there's another one there. So this can't be even. That's odd. Interesting. Doesn't get much done, does it? Don't think it does, no. How do we do this? 4 and... if that was 4 and 6, then this number in a 14 cage couldn't be 6 or 5. This is 15, this is 15. These digits are from 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay, so there's one even digit in here. The other one is in here. If that was... No, but the odd digit can be there too. Okay. Oh, no, 3. Oh, there's no 3 here. Since we got that 3 was vital. This is a... Oh, so slow. That's a 2, 5 cage. This is 4 and 2. Right, now, I felt like that was going to be quite big. 1 and 1. One of these is a 1, but we know they must all ascend up to the 15, so it's got to be in the corner. Excellent. 2, 1, 2, 4 are done. Now this 10 cage doesn't have a 1 or a 2 in it. It's either 3, 7 that way round or 4, 6 the other way round. Now the 11 cage has got 2 in it. Oh, this 3 clue is looking down. I was wondering which of these is 15 and which is 16. Well, this one, this can't be the 16, or it would block out the 11, the 4, the 15, and whichever one of these was a 16. Sorry, this can't be the 17. This must be the 17 cage. And we have to ascend through the 11 to the 17 from this one. And that's weird in this row, because we've just proved in the column that this is lower than the 11. Yeah, this is the 16 cage. So this is the 9-7 pair. That's the 9-8 pair. That is not 9 or 7. This is a 15 cage. Oh, there had to be a 9 in these 3 cells which add up to 22. It can't be in those because of the X-wing on 9s there. That is beautiful, by the way. Beautiful setting. I seem to have stopped colouring cages. Maybe, I don't know why I did that, but anyway, I did. Now, there was definitely a 4 in one of those cells, so we can place 4 in this box. Then that's a 5-8 pair. I think this has taken us considerably forward. That 1 has fixed 5 and 1. Now, that digit has to be in a 14 sum, but it's not 5, 6, 7 or 9, so it's 8. And that's a 6. And that's not a 6 now. That is 2 or 4 by Sudoku. It's not 4, because 4 has to be in one of those cells. This is a naked single. Weird. 3, 4, 5 there. Okay. There's a 4 here. 3, 2, 8, 5, 1. These are from 6, 7, 9. Gosh. I love this. This is so clever. So clever. 1, 2, 5, 9. Now, these two add up to 15, I think. No. Those were 22. So those two add up to 13. They don't have a 9 in. Now, 4 must be in this, and 3 must be in this cage. Oh, that can't be a 5. Yeah, let's do it by working out this cage. It must have 3 and 4 in, so it must have 8 to make up 15. Then we can do these other digits. They're right now. That's good. 3, 4, 8, 1, 2. Now, these have to increase, I seem to remember, along here. So 5, 6 or 7 there, 6, 7 or 9 there. That is 5 or 8. That is also 5 or 8. We've placed 3 somehow in row 7. 8 isn't in these cells, so they're from 5, 7, 9. Now, where do we get to in the... Oh, yeah, we were looking at this being 11, and it doesn't have a 1 in it. Ooh, it could be 2, 3, 6. Or it could be 2, 4, 5. If it's 2, 3, 6, that's a 2. If it's 2, 4, 5, that's a 4. If it's 2, 4, 5, that's a 2, 5 pair, which breaks this cell. So it is 2, 3, 6. 2 there, and a 3, 6 in these cells. And this 10, I'm just going to colour these again. That 10's on the path, that 11's on the path, that 12, which we haven't really looked at yet, is on the path. This 13 is on the path, 14 and 15, and then 15 again, and 16 and 17. Now, it's still something to do with this, which... This is very interesting, because in this column, we go something 11, 17, and we won't go higher than that. So this is less than 11. And therefore, if we're looking along this row, if any of these... Well, something must block out one of this 11 and 12. This first one must... If we're going to see the 11 and the 12, and this won't block them. We must see at least one of them, and therefore we must see both, and therefore this is blocking those two. So this is at least as big as these two. What can this be? This is fascinating. Oh, we've got 7 doing some work here. Sudoku work. 9, 8. Oh, don't mistype things. That's really going to mess things up. This is a 4 at the bottom and a 5 at the top. Right. This cage, which adds up to less than 11, is at least 6. Could it be 11? No, because this clue would be wrong. So it's somewhere between 6 and 9. But these have to be more, or that specifically has to block this. So that could be 9 if this was a 9. But this has to be at least 6. I mean, that much I've got. This is a very interesting relationship. Purple has to block green. They could be the same. Purple also has to be higher than orange. Anyway, I think I've done enough blurbling about that. Let's see what we can finish off elsewhere. 861, this 12 cage. We must have some clue about that. No, I was going to say maybe it can't have a 1 in, but it could have a 1 there. Maybe it can't have a 2 in, it could have a 2 there. Can't say. I've got a 3-6 pair in this row. Very weirdly. No, I don't know. Let's just tidy up some pencil marks and maybe something will emerge. Those. Yes, look, a 3-6 pair there looking down at this. Pencil mark tidying up is always worth doing. 2 and 5 there. Now up here, and I could have done this before, I have a 147 triple. Showing what a good snooker player I am. This is not easy still. Or if it is, I don't know how. Well, I mean, that's a similar way of saying the same thing. Okay, this digit can't be 2 or either of a 3-6 pair. It can't be 1 or 8. That is 4, 5, 7 or 9 in a 12 cage. Oh, there must be a way to do this now. That's higher than this. Oh, this is at least 4. I've only just seen that. 4, 6, 7 or 8. Less than this. I was going to say, if this is a 6, that's a 4. This is a 1, 5, 3, 7. I mean, it won't work quite here, but that's a very odd way of trying to go about the puzzle at this point. Okay, 2 is in one of those cells by Sudoku. Now, if it was here, this would be a 7. That would be at least 7. I don't know. I think I'm focusing on the wrong area. Have I missed a clue entirely? I mean, I've used almost all of them as we've gone around the grid doing the chain, but I might have missed one somewhere. That 15, that's working. This 3 is seeing 1, 7, and 10. It's not going to see anything else. This clue is seeing 2. Well, it's got to do that now. I'm not sure I ever used that. This clue is seeing 10, 11, 12. I don't know. I think I've used all the clues. How can this just be Sudoku now? It could be. 6, 7, 8, 9 there. 8, 6, 1, 5. Just filling in the possibilities just in case something pops. Yeah, okay. How many lows are we using in the top row? That feels like quite an interesting point. How many highs and lows are we using in the top row? And yet I'm looking elsewhere, trying to find something desperately to keep moving on with. Right. 6, 7, 8, 9 are the only possibilities there. I've just discovered a quadruple in column 3. Isn't that weird? Wouldn't have thought to look for that, but been forced to by not being able to find anything else. So this is a 5, and that's not. And this is now 8, and that's not. Now, that's not a 5, but we have to be increasing by the rule going along here. So one of these is a 5. Now, did that get me anything done? It says 5's in one of these two cells, which puts 5 in one of these two. I'd love to put it in the 12 cage, because then I think I could do something. Now, what else have we got? These are low now because of the quadruple in this column. So they're from 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's a triple there and another one in that 10 cage. So nothing else in the box is from 1, 2, 3, 4, including that. And this must be bigger. Okay, that's got a little bit done. There is either a 3 or a 4 there. And we've got this 3, 6 pair, so that can't be 3. This can't be 6. Got a 4, 5, 6, 7 triple in column 2. That's brilliant. Right, I've only got one place for 9, and then I've only got one place for 8. Purple must be bigger than orange. It's a 9. That's going to hide whatever green is. Never mind that, though. Surely this is progress now. That can't be 9. This can't be 9 or 8. I've got a 6, 7 pair here. So that's 9. That's 8. This is not 9. Oh, that's not 9. Come on. None of those are 9. They're in a box where I've put the 9 in already. Okay, come on. Keep looking at the top. That can't be 9. 9, 8, 5. Oh, look. There's a 1, 4, 7 triple and a 3, 6 pair. So this is 8, 5, and 9 in these cells. And that's 6, 7. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got a 2, 3 pair and a 1, 4 pair. Now, this 12K, look at that. There are two ways of doing it. It's either 1, 2, 9 or 4, 3, 5. That is most frustrating, if I may say so. So this is either 2, 9 or 3, 5. If it's 2, 9, then we go 3. That would then be 6 and 4. 2, 9, 3, 7. 5, that would be the 4. If it's 3, 5, that would be 2. This would be 4, 7. That would be... Oh, I've got a 6 looking at this cell, you numpty man. It just fills in, and I just didn't see it. 2, it is 1, 2, 9. Extraordinary. Okay, good. But we are getting there now. I'm actually very relaxed about not having been able to see that. Sometimes you just can't see something. It's fine. It's just part of life. Right, now this is done. That's a 5. Now I've got a 7, 9 pair, and that's a 6. That doesn't help with the clue, but that's not a 6. 6 is in one of those cells. That's not a 6. It's also not a 7 in the row, so that's an 8. Yeah, there we go. This is going to do it. 8 and 7 still to resolve there. This 3, 4, 5 triple is not done, but something will be. This is going to do it. I believe it. I believe it. I might be wrong. this column, that's a 7. Yes, there we go. That 7 comes out of that cell. You're joking. You're joking that this isn't finished yet. Don't tell me there's some clue I still have to look at. I'm not having it. There can't be. One, 9, 10. This must finish. I'm just missing it. It's okay. I'm just missing it. I'm okay with that. Look, I've got a 1, 3, 4 triple. That's a 2. I don't think that actually does anything else. But it's right. One of those has to be a 4. I'm not sure about that. Calm down on that plan. I've still got this to oh, this. I was looking at that cell versus that cell, but I should look at this whole cage, the green cage versus that cell. And it's a 2. It's not a useless clue. I apologize, clue 2 in column 3. You were the vital clue that held the whole secret to the puzzle, and I just didn't understand. But I've got there now. Oh, goodness, I do feel a bit dumb sometimes. I know I'm not, because I know doing that puzzle in 32 minutes is not bad. It's a very clever puzzle indeed. What an intriguing city of skyscrapers that is. Let's colour the last 3, just something to get them coloured. Oh, goodness, what an extraordinary puzzle. Thank you for following along with me on that journey. It was an interesting journey through the city. Hope to see you again soon on the channel. Have a great Monday evening, and bye for now.